Ndenze, Ndichi, and all titled people, ladies and gentlemen, this event we have in this evening brings back some very, very, very important nostalgia in my heart, because it reminds me of the year 1959, 1960, when Nigeria became independent. At that point, there was a euphoria all over Nigeria. I was a young man. It's hard to believe that I was ever young, but I was a young man. And we looked for a future that was incredible. We were described as the largest black country in Africa. And even though Ghana became independent 3 years earlier, ours was going to be the one that was going to cap it. And we were educated people. And all we needed to do was to run the country. And after 16 years plus, it is clear that we have been on a learning curve. And we haven't really learned how to run the country. And the reason for that is because there are many dimensions in running any country. And whereas the British gave us the prime ministership and presidency and so on, they didn't really teach us how to operate the country. Now we've been learning for 60 years. First, our leaders didn't know how to do it. And then in response to our leaders' leadership, we learned how not to do it ourselves. And at this point, as I look back, and I'm an older person now, as I look back, I realize that what our problem was that our leaders didn't know how to lead, and we adjusted our expectations to what they were doing, and ourselves lost how to be followers. So there is blame to go around. We are now at a point where everybody in Nigeria is saying we need better leadership. And so in the past several years, the Supreme Being, if you don't believe in the Supreme Being, you should, because it is a Supreme Being that is now giving us a lifeline. The lifeline is giving us a lifeline that we can hold on to so we don't drown. It's giving us that lifeline because the Supreme Being had created all of us and given us common sense, given us freedom of choice, given us sensibilities, and told us to make decisions that were wise. And we failed the Supreme Being. And he saw us struggling. And everybody was saying, God help us do this, God help us do this. Every time I went to Nigeria, somebody told me, it's in the hands of God. And I explained to everybody in Nigeria that God had given us everything we need, including minerals and good weather, and that if we fail, it's our fault. So the Supreme Being looked at us and he said, as the Igbo man would say, sorry, and he gave us a lifeline. That's what we have now. This young man that is running for president is the lifeline. And we better not miss it. If we miss it, none of you will be alive when the next lifeline will come. I guarantee you that. Because the next fall, if we don't do it right, will take much longer to recoup from. What I am asking us to look at is that God has given us Peter Obi as a leader that will make the change. But God is expecting us. By the way, when I say God, if you are a Christian, you call it God. If you are an Agombo, you call it Chineke, or you call it Haba, or you call it Budunka. Whatever you're worshiping, whatever makes you wake up in the morning and feel energized, That's where you go to. But he or she expects us to become mindful followers. I will tell you what it means to be a mindful follower. His Excellency, Peter Obi, when he assumes presidency, God willing, will steer the ship called Nigeria by applying the following. He has to have 360-degree vision, which means he has to see all around. He doesn't just look one way. He looks to his right, looks to his left, looks behind him. He has to provide guidance of leadership to people who are working with him. He has to achieve integration worldwide, multi-generational, and multiracial, diverse viewpoints to effect an efficiently functioning society and a government that benefits everybody. Now, how is he going to do this? You see, when he is exercising 360 vision, he needs us to say, hey, you forgot that. Yes, leaders require feedback. When he gives us guidance and leadership, we should follow it. And we should give him our opinions. We should tell him where he misses it. Because when all is said and done, he is a human being. And when you put a person up on a pedestal and you say he knows everything, I don't have to tell him anything, you don't give him feedback, he fails. And then you criticize him for failing. And when a person says, why did he fail? You say, because he didn't do this thing I asked him to, that I thought he should have done. And you say, did you tell him to do it? No, I assume he knew. Therefore, our feedback, our support, and our correction within ourselves are paramount to the leadership that we expect if it is to succeed. We are going to be his secondary supporters and his secondary tools of government. We are not going to be just the governed, but we're going to be part of the government. So my friends, brothers, sisters, as I look back 62 years ago, and I look at the enthusiasm with which I embraced it, and I look at the excitement that I had, I can give you just 1 minute of my personal life. I was sent out of Nigeria, picked up by a university. I was picked by that university specifically as a gift to the Nigerian government and its independence. And I was to get educated here and go back and help build that country. Yes, there were 24 of us. Each of us went to a different university. It was an environment that was breathing fire. Nigeria was wildly exuberant. And I finished my degree. And I came back. I couldn't get a job in Nigeria. I had to get a job with a foreign company and leave Nigeria. Therefore, what the university did for Nigeria failed because I ended up working for another country. I'm asking us, let's not do it again. Let us learn. And I am glad to be alive when it is happening, because I think this time it will work. I've seen some faces, some people who are much younger than I am, who've got a lot of energy, and I trust you. If you give me farina, I will give you my opinion. If you don't give me food, you won't get my opinion. And on that, I say, God bless Nigeria, God bless all of us, and may we be the support that we should be. Thank you.
Standing ovation for a young man that Chicagoans and Nigerians all over the world, as a matter of fact, Africans all over the world, as a matter of fact, the whole world is rooting for as the next president of the great country of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all stand up and welcome His Excellency, Mr. Peter Obi, Peter Gregory Obi. Wow, His Excellency, Chicago is waiting to hear your voice. Your godfather is here with us. Dr. Leo is here with us. Nigerians are here representing all on behalf of the one and only you, my president. God bless you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please, what do we go here? God bless you, sir. God bless you.
Peter Obi mo Peter kunyelu nibu dike Gabanu jatunagi Ndi mwa mmadụ nọ gị n'azụ a na-achụ gị n'ihu ị nọ n'azụ a na-achụ gị n'aka ị nọ n'aka nri a na-achụ gị n'aka nri ị nọ n'aka etiti egize na-azụ tụgharịwa gị ị nọ n'ihu na-eje onye chukwu bebe ụzọ ụjọ atụrụ ya a sị na onye nwa ya jiri ije ojefe nwori ogolo wụrụkwụkwa ya ụzọ ọkọmịa obi n'ime ga-edu gị na-aga. The Lord that has lifted you high will never bring you down. Okwute 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 tụọ onye okwute. Onye Chukwu tere mmanụ asị mmeri akọ na-abịa Chukwu ekwubego n'ugwu ugo lelu ya akọ na-abịa. The Lord that lifted you up will never let you down. The Lord that lifted you up, He will never let you down. Okwute ị ga-abụ ihe Chineke si ị ga-abụ. Ị ga-abụ aka mmadụ apụrụ igbochi ya taa. Ị ga-abụ ihe Chineke si ị ga-abụ. Ị ga-abụ aka mmadụ apụrụ igbochi ya. Peter Jehova ebuniwo gị elu haya. Let's go. Obuniwo gị elu haya haya. Peter obunigonu gị elu haya. Okwute obunigonu gị elu haya haya. Asị m obunigonu gị elu. Peter obuniwo gị elu haya. Obuniwo gị
I apologize sincerely for the delay. I'm in the ancient city of Kano where we campaign today. That is why I'm putting up the cab to show to identify where I am. So, thank you for this meeting, for this interaction. As this earlier apologized for my inability to be physically present with you. The rest assured, though I'm not there physically, I'm totally here with you. Thank you for organizing this, and thank you for all your support, for all your commitment to the better Nigeria. What we're doing now, we're very everywhere preaching to people. It is not about the election, it's not about electing me to serve the country. It is about building a new team that will bring in or ensure that will be the work of a new Nigeria commence. And you are going to be part of it. Because at the end of the day, we need to do things in the right way. And we can't do it in the right learning from those who live, associate, where things are done in the right way. So we thank you. So for me, the correction, I don't need to say much except to thank you for this meeting and wait for people maybe who would like to ask 1 or 2 questions and then just
see what it is all about. Base University is owned by your running mate. And I looked through, I went there to see 2 of my nephews who are students there. And it can only be dedication and sacrifice that will make your running mate to establish such an institution. I have no doubt that with time, it's going to be the Stanford of Nigeria. Why am I saying all this? I'm saying it because I believe that you have surrounded yourself with very capable people, and your experiment is only a legacy that is in making. I was one of those who were pioneer explorers at the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. When I started there as a young geologist in the late 70s, early 80s, there were no buildings there. As a matter of fact, for us to eat, we had to go to Sudan. I was in Abuja, like I said, 3 days ago. I came back, and I cannot believe the extent of transformation that jungle, if I may use that word, has been transformed. I also stepped into Fidelity Bank, which is your legacy, to open an account. And I am so proud about the people that you have left there, what they are continuing to do to achieve. Why am I saying all this? It's all about the human capital of Nigeria, which, if well harnessed, would propel the country to a great level. Now, back down to my question. I am an adjunct professor of global and climate change. And not too long ago, we saw what flooding did in Nigeria. I can tell you that from all climatological models, the abatement is coming no soon. So my question is, and it's also a comment, that I am hoping that your team, and I'm sure you are going to get in there. I had a dream you are going to get in there. That you have made provisions, or are you going to make adequate provisions for tackling the effects of global climate change? Thank you, Your Excellency, and may God bless you, and may God bless Nigeria.
Great question. Your Excellency, if you want to.
We have another question, perhaps we can ask it too.
From a lady who was invited, and she was invited, but she couldn't make it because of unforeseen circumstances. And she sent me what her question is. My name is Fred Nwanko with LMTV. And the lady who sent in the question is Mrs. Mary Okoro. She said, sadly, our teachers and pensioners are suffering and dying of hunger due to the fact that they do not get paid, especially teachers outside the major cities. If you are elected president, how will you make those things go back to what they used to be, and workers who get paid monthly can start receiving their gratuities again? Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me say one thing. Thank you. I just answered these 2 questions. Let me start with the comment made by the first person that mentioned the issue of climate change. And so consistently, never have an opportunity that climate change is real and it's going to have great consequences for any country that does not observe protocol. And we, in Nigeria, if I have the opportunity of leading the team, will observe all the protocols we are signatory to, and where it is difficult, be able to elucidate why and where which we can do otherwise. An issue that was mentioned, particularly issue of flooding, which has not become a perennial issue and something we sure we're not going to get away with. Because now something we have to face them. The flooding you're facing in Nigeria is simply because we refuse to do the right thing, which is dredging, the silting of the River Niger and River Benue. These two, if we did dredge and silt them, one will contribute to river transportation. Contribute to other economic activities that will help the country. And it's time help to mitigate this disaster of flooding. When we're going to do dams and everything, which we're back in culture. So there's so many things we can do if we do the right thing. Then the River Niger and River Benue. Land in Egypt today is being used for similar purpose. Egypt don't chop the land. They will tell me that no land, no Egypt. Because they're using for us of this, river transportation, tourism, everything. That's what River Niger and River Benue is supposed to be. Unfortunately, these two rivers pronounced several years of dredging contracts being awarded and people are taking the money. This is what we're going to stop. These two rivers are 1,000 short of the length of River Niger. So if Egypt can be able to dredge to everything, the River Niger, which is about 6,250 long kilometers long. We can do the same thing with River Niger, which is 4,200 and we will start the dredging because we're going to have a lot of economic activities. We'll start in this filtering soon as we get involved. But in terms of teachers and pensioners, I've said it repeatedly, that the worst thing you can do is to owe gratuity,
For teachers.
It is kind to all people gratuity of pension. Because the only people that when they have less opportunity in life and they're difficult, for me it's a crime. In other words, everybody knows that while I served, I did not stop at not owing gratuity and pension.
A question from a representative of the youth in Chicago. Onyinye Enya.
My name is Onyinyechi Enya Daniel. This is our second time meeting, so I'm from Umuahia, Oloko in Abia State. This is our second time meeting, so it's a pleasure to meet you again in this forum in Chicago. Is that okay? Okay, thank you. So I think this is a watershed moment for Nigeria. The groundswell of the youth, Umuigbo, but also young Nigerians in the U.S., this is a pivotal moment where I think it's important to continue to galvanize the specialties that we have to offer with dual perspectives both in the United States but also on ground in Nigeria. I think that we really should be leveraging the skills and the things that our parents' generation have instilled in us over the past 30 to 40 years, going to, through education. We have expertise in agriculture, agricultural technology. I think when I saw you last, I spoke about data and analytics, AI, machine learning. We have specific areas of expertise in economic development, and we're looking for ways to bridge the connection back home in tangible ways that we're not able to do. So my question is, with the specific expertise in areas such as economic development, data and technology, AI, machine learning, public policy, from Umuigbo and young Nigerians in diaspora, what is your recommendation to specifically bridge the gap to create opportunities for us to contribute those skills to the development of Nigeria in ways that circumvent kind of the barriers that we have experienced being in the U.S.? So specifically asking about your strategy to bridge the gap for those of us in the U.S. to be able to commit our skills and talents in these very important areas to the development of Nigeria. Thank you.
Very nicely said. Thank you. When I was talking, when they talk about that we're having, of course, brain drain. If you remember, I always maintain that it will be a brain gain. Because the people who left, because of difficulty, because of a sense of hopelessness that our country has made people develop, will come back as again to us, because they will bring their expertise home. Today, if there's an area where we need to do huge investment, it is an area of human capital development. And that is the area where you're talking about, well, we need expertise that is going to come from diaspora. And human capital development today, we are 168 or 173. That is unacceptable. No human development is affecting the development of the country. So for me, we need, when we commence, to be able to help us to start helping it. They need to do an accelerated and aggressive investment support
Well, thank you, sir. My name is Dr. Jeffrey Onyuku. I've been a physician for 42 years now. And in Nigeria, we go to school early. I have a question on patriotism. What's your government plan with regards to building patriotism among Nigerians so that we can avoid all these unwanted, killings and insecurity everywhere? Also, do you have any plans for political prisoners so that those that your government deemed as political prisoners, can be released? And what's your stand with regards to the death sentence? Because in many civilized countries, we dream of a system where the government does not get herself involved in organized killing. Lastly, do you have any plans to hold states accountable to pay compensation to families that are killed in any state in organized killing? Thank you.
It was around the violence and the killings and what the assurance we have that we will have peace and the government would not engage in unnecessary killings of people.
Let me ask this question. Is this issue of killings, unnecessary killings and issue of security?
I think one is issue of security. The second thing is the religious killing, where one group wakes up and kill others that don't worship just like they do. So states should be held accountable when those happen, and compensations should also be paid. If you have any plans for that.
I'm not hearing it very well.
Okay, all right. He said there are two things. One is the issue of security. Second is the issue of religious-related killings that happens and how the government is going to hold the states that condone this are responsible and pay compensation to the victims.
Okay. Let me go on the issue of security. And I'll deal with the same issue of religious cases. Let me assure you, nothing and I have mentioned consistently. Our number one priority, and the reason why it's number one, is that it is the basis of any other development or basis of the existence of the society. Of any government or any society is security. The only reason why today you are feeling a sense of hope with America is number one, security, number two, law and order. Be assured that if anything happens, the government take it seriously with them. We will protect and secure Nigerians. The enemy is no more formidable than government. So I can tell you. But because of lack of leadership and poor governance architecture of our security system, I assure everybody that we will lead from the front, we will be in charge. We will deal with the issue of security decisively. We cannot have government failing to protect its people. That will be dealt with decisively. But issue of religious killing, what you're enjoying us, making you say in America today, it's a sense of hope for security, hope in the rule of law, hope in law and order. That's it. We must bring it, the intangible assets, we must bring here and make it work here. We have promised to do this in the right way. Thank you.
Please, my name is Chief Onodugo Mel Adiyo. I'm from Imo State. I have a simple question. I'm so much concerned about it. Sir, do you believe in a referendum? Let the people of Nigeria decide on their own either way to follow, just like Britain did under European Union, or to stay on their own. Number two, do you believe in restructuring Nigeria in geographical areas like states or tribes, so that each state can control themselves and pay tax, federal tax to the federal government, just like the way we enjoy it here in the United States? C, do you still believe in one Nigeria the way it is today with the same constitution? Thank you.
I believe